So we're in sunny Madrid. We're at the FYUZ 2023 event. I'm here with Sid Chenumolu, who is VP of Technology Development at Dish Network. Sid, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate your time. Just to set the scene, can you just quickly tell us about your role at Dish Network?
I run the technology and architecture group for Dish, and my responsibility spans end-to-end system design and standards and regulatory engineering. So I've been with Dish for almost 9 years now, practically worked on the wireless from the day one.
So that's been a real journey then, really interesting journey, one that hardly anybody else has really been through.
Yep, completely, one of a kind, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously, Dish is now offering its service, it's still building out its network. How is Dish's Open RAN enabled 5G network performing?
We are happy with the performance of the network. We continue to optimize it. It's never done. As any network, the system gets better and better over the day. Do we find problems? Yes, we do. We find them, we fix them, and we move on. We're very happy with the recent Apple launch, which is a testament that the Open RAN network is working and performing same as the traditionals, meeting all the KPIs that are expected from one of the most stringent device vendor out there. I would say that we're almost 100 million plus on the Warner coverage nowadays, as of probably yesterday or last week, and we continue to expand on every day. We cover from a data perspective more than 240 million, which is 70% plus pops in the US, almost 15,000 plus sites, or more than that, with a broad coverage in all major cities in the country. And as with everything, the coverage extends, keeps on expanding, service keeps on getting better, so very happy.
So obviously, as you've been through this process of designing, building, launching, and now running the network, I guess this has given Dish the chance to be able to give something back to the industry as well. So in what way has Dish contributed to Open RAN standards and the broader ecosystem to the people here?
Good question. The last time I was at the TIP Summit, it was not called FYUZ, was in 2019 November to be exact. And at that point, we had just given our 5G RFP. We were trying to figure out what and how we are going to build. During COVID, within a span of 2-3 years, we built a nationwide network at scale that everyone thought that we would not be done. The testament that I'm sitting here today with you, that the team together at Dish has built the most fabulous network at the breakneck speed. No one has done that in the world. So I said that's a big contribution. We have proven Open RAN works, despite everyone claiming that there's a problem, it may not work, it's not ready for prime time. You hear a lot of qualitative statements, but we have proven every one of them wrong. It works, it's viable. Now that's on the overall ecosystem part of it. Coming back to the standards, we do contribute extensively in Open RAN standards. We are definitely well involved in the working group 4 for the front haul. We are following all the work that's going on for the massive MIMO. But the real interest for us remains to be on the working group 2 and 3 RIC side. We really want to go to the next level of what we have done. So quite plugged into there.
Obviously it's a different type of network, but at the end of the day, everybody's always focused on, the customers. What can the customers get? How do the customers use the service? How are they serviced? So what kind of differentiation can Dish offer in terms of what it can deliver to consumers and enterprises, when compared to, the other companies, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile?
It's a tricky one, but we are unique in the sense that we are not a single network. That's what everyone needs to realize. As the amazing deal or a collaboration we have with 2 of the service providers in US, AT&T and T-Mobile, we have access to their footprint also. So as we strategically build our own network, our consumers, our customers are also able to access the networks of the 2 of the other networks that we have there. So by default, we are 3 in 1. So no one has that before. Having said that, the one benefit I would say is that we are able to offer very competitive plans and pricing because of the way we have deployed an investment into the automation from the day one, doing it in the cloud, doing it in a cloud native way more importantly. We're able to bring down the operational expense for the company. That means we're able to offer cheaper alternative, cost competitive pricing models, like we have $25 for Boost Infinite, $60 for every year iPhone. So those no one else can do it, but we're able to do it because our price points to run a network is significantly lower than others.
if I'm hearing that right, the sort of the initial appeal then is on the price side of things and delivering a service that's equal to the other companies in the space?
We deliver equal value or better value, same service, and obviously keep on building on top of that. The beauty of running a programmable network is you can take it to the next level on demand faster than others.
So, as you mentioned, the network is still being rolled out, and I think you're starting to build out into some of the non-urban areas in the US. What can we expect to hear from Dish next about its network, about its services, about its plans for the future?
Good question. So we'll continue to expand, no doubt about that, but we are going to be strategic in where we expand. We're going to be very conscious of that fact. It's a data-driven decision on where to expand, not purely just because we have to reach a coverage goal. So we want to make sure that we have the best return for investment on what we do. And we have, like I said, we have 2 other networks to rely on. So we'll be strategic on where we invest. So that's one part of the network rollout. The second part where we're excited is all the innovation that we see on the floor right now, like the innovation on the silicon side, innovation on the software side, now innovation on the machine learning AI side. So that's where I think we'll end up going. There are a lot of choices out for there. We are going to be deliberate on the next steps that we take to give the best value for customers.
And then just to come back quickly, because you mentioned earlier about the potential of the RAN intelligent controller and what that might be able to deliver. Are you excited about what you're seeing in terms of early application development for what can run on a RIC? It's still very early days for the RIC, and there's maybe not a lot of apps out there, but are you seeing some really exciting examples of what this kind of platform can deliver?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just low-hanging fruit, I would say, energy efficiency like everyone. A dozen application providers are out there who are willing to provide applications to bring down the overall cost of energy. That's definitely low-hanging one. Then we see use cases for load balancing, location services. The list is growing, and we are very happy with the number of new players who are entering the space. Unexpected.
Okay, and I guess you're ideally placed then to take early advantage of any innovation that comes to the market.
And you will.
Okay, well, we look forward to that. Sid, thanks very much for joining us. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.